All right. He thought they were happy, but she hired a hitman. There are some things that are worse than divorce. Instead of losing half your stuff, you could lose everything up to and including your life. And this is kind of an interesting story because I wasn't familiar with ghost adventures. I saw this story and I was like, oh, yeah, I've heard of women hiring professionals to, take out their husbands before, but not a dude that's on national TV and not for ghost adventures, which I hadn't heard of. It's not my kind of thing. I'm not much into the paranormal. I know some of you probably like the paranormal, but this ghost adventures, they have 28 seasons on the Discovery Network. So not only has this been around a while, but it's a wildly popular show. So this guy is apparently pretty well known, and his wife, 2.5 years after the marriage, instead of trying to take half in divorce, I guess she wanted it all by getting him whacked. So yes, some things are worse than divorce. A Ghost Adventurers star Aaron Goodwin's wife arrested for allegedly hiring a hitman to end him. And this is from just yesterday. Ghost Adventure star Aaron Goodwin's wife allegedly was nabbed by police trying to pay a hitman to end her husband in a chilling murder for hire plot. Now, you guys know that women have a thing for prisoners. I don't think me saying this is not controversial. If I say women like guys that serial end people, women like people like, Luigi Mangione that took out a guy at the insurance, United Healthcare Insurance, women are still all about him. They just have this thing where guys are like so bad that even society locks them away from other people. Women just seem to fall over themselves. Well, this Victoria Goodwin, 32 years old, was arrested and charged last week for soliciting to commit the ending of her husband and conspiracy after investigating allegedly unearthed her sinister plot, according to a police report obtained by TMZ. The wife of the TV paranormal investigator had allegedly been messaging an inmate at an undisclosed Florida prison since October 2024 and openly expressing wanting to end her husband to get out of the marriage. So this is why I find these stories interesting. Okay. As you can see in this photo, he's taking a silly picture. This is, where's the cover of this guy? Right here. He's popular. He's got a Discovery TV show. And I'm not saying he's not LeBron James or something, but the guy's on TV. He's popular. He's in 28 seasons of television, so I'm sure he's making a decent income. And she literally married him 2.5 years ago. So after barely 2 years, she decides to end him. This is just one more story when I say guys are afraid of marriage. Guys are afraid of dating. Guys do not understand women. Guys are worried about them. And yes, I know this is going to the extreme, but just like in the other video I talked about, like men just do not understand women, what they want. Women will just shack up with hot dudes. Women will cheat on their husbands for a dude down at the bar. Women will have another dude's kid and then claim, woe is me, I need child support. Like there's so much negative news about women right now that young men growing up in society are like, man, I'm not into this. She says, am I a bad person because I chose to end his existence and not divorce? Police cited Victoria texting the inmate. Question, how did she get in contact with this inmate? How did she learn about this inmate? Why did she start talking to this inmate? What did she promise this inmate besides money? That's what I want to know. Like when you look at this photo, she's dressed up like Barbie. He's dressed up like Ken. He's got a Star Wars bag. The guy's probably a feminist because she says, I want to dress up like Barbie. Why don't you go as Ken? and you can wear a "I'm just Ken." I mean, he's a feminist. He's all in on the causes. Plus, he's in Hollywood for 25, 28 years, and he hasn't been canceled yet. So you know he's a feminist. He's a raging blue-pilled dude who probably did everything she ever asked of him. And then she's going to talk to some guy in jail and be like, "Please, for the love of everything, will you just end him for me?" If the blue pill simps that do everything their wife wants them to do, if they don't have a chance, what do like red-blooded, patriotic American men with a spine have for marriage? Zero. Although you'd probably have more opportunity to smash, I'm sure. The 48-year-old paranormal investigator was allegedly filming ghost adventures in California when the hit was supposed to go down. She said, "He's asleep right now in his hotel room. I need to know what's going on. Can I get an update? Was it done?" The inmate texted the hitman, according to the police. So it sounds like she got hold of the inmate, and the inmate knew somebody that would do the job. So the woman or the guy she was talking to in prison wasn't the guy that was going to do the job. He knew some people that was going to do a job. So now this is the inmate was saying he's asleep. So he knew where he was. "I want to know what's going on. Can I get an update? Is it done?" The inmate texted to the guy doing the job. I try to put myself in the situation. Because it's a good exercise to make sure that you're grounded and you stay in touch with humanity. Just if a guy loses his dog, can I understand how he would feel? If a man, is injured in war and he's missing a leg, can I imagine how I would feel in that circumstance? I think it's good to do that to keep yourself grounded to humanity. Like, am I still a human being? Am I not losing touch with how people function? I think that's a good thing to do. And when I think about this, imagine you're this guy. You jump through hoops to make your wife happy. And she's pretty and you're attracted to her and you love her. And you've only been married 2 years. And it's obvious he's head over heels in love with her. And you go to a hotel room and you're filming and you think, "My life is so together, man. I hit the jackpot of jackpots. I got a TV show. I'm popular. We're in our 28th season. I got a loving wife." And in the meantime, she's hired somebody who's literally creeping on you, getting ready to put lead in your brain through a new orifice. That just, man, can you even just imagine this guy thinking everything's great in the world and it's almost over, moments from being over? It's unclear what happened to the guy, the hitman, but the police claim that Victoria made a down payment of $2,500 to have her ghost hunting husband ended. Cops say the alleged for hire plot was only discovered after corrections officers confiscated the Florida inmate's phone as contraband. If this inmate's phone had not been confiscated and they hadn't gone through it, they'd never know about this. They'd never know about it. Now, here's the easy thing, right? Now, if she had a burner phone, I don't think you can buy burner phones anymore. Maybe you can, but I don't think you can buy burner phones because most of them come with Android or Google, and I don't think you can pay cash for them. I think you have to use a credit card. Now, could you use cash to get a use once Visa card and then use the use once Visa card to buy a burner phone and then use a fake email and fake name to set up a Google account? Could you do that? Maybe. If I was going to do it, that would be the way I do it. Was she smart enough to do that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, sir.
So more than likely, it's her phone number that's in the guy's phone. She allegedly told investigators that she was only daydreaming or fantasizing about not being with her husband. and that she didn't recall sending the messages about the twisted for hire plot. Okay, so in other words, she used her phone to message the Florida inmate who then hired the guy. In other words, she did it. And then when confronted, I don't remember that. I'm just a silly woman. I don't remember. What are you talking about? I must have, maybe I had a couple of drinks and some Xanax. I don't remember what you're talking about. You're silly. Yeah, that we'll see how that holds up in court, you dingbat. She allegedly admitted that she and Goodwin were going through marital problems, but told police she did not want to have him ended. When asked about the messages regarding money for the hit with the inmate, she told police that she thought it was for a cell phone.
Really?
Really? She's set to make her initial court appearance Tuesday morning, according to court records. Goodwin was allegedly blindsided and devastated at this turn of events. He thought he was in a happy marriage. Whoopsie, yeah, no kidding. The couple tied the knot at Disneyland's Haunted Mansion in California in August 2022 and lived in Vegas. Is the guy kind of a geeky, dorky looking guy? Yeah, so am I. Is he a little nerdy? Yeah, I'm sure plenty of people would say that about me as well. But he tried. He tried to be the blue pill, simpy, feminist husband the wife wanted. And this kind of shows you that even if you're a dude and you do everything a woman wants of her, including this, whatever this is, even if you do this for a woman, it doesn't guarantee you anything. They made it 2 years and she wanted to end the guy. Just 2 years. Even though he jumped through every single hoop to make her happy. Let's be honest with it. If you're an average looking dude and you're just, you're working your job and you're on Discovery Channel or whatever, and you think you can score a smoke show like this, and she's nice and she's sweet and you think everything's good, and you're like, I'm going to get married and do the right thing, you're going to probably think you hit the lottery for a couple of years. But how many times does this ever end up actually working out that great for the guy? Never. Very rarely. And here's another circumstance. Jump through all the hoops. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean it's going to work out.